So welcome to the YouTube channel, if that's what you call it, a YouTube channel, Condron Campers and Motorhome YouTube channel. The reason we're doing this is actually we make little snippets for Instagram, Facebook and TikTok, so on. They're quite small. And people have said they want to see a little bit more. So I suppose it'll be a bit longer, a bit more of an insight into actually what happens here. We are a family run business. We're here for many, many years. This is my grandfather's cottage. I work with my brother, my uncle, so there's a good few of us involved in this. So it'll be interesting and be informative, be a bit of crack. So follow along and see what will happen in this video.
It is plus the guilty, of course, up to 2, 52.5, up to we'll ask the question, up to 3, 53.5, any advance up to semi advance up to 4, 54, 54, 54, any advance up to 54,
91. Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, I should have some back there next week, I'd say. I bought a couple today, so I'll touch base with you there next week and we can see what's available. That'll be good. Okay, lovely. Thanks very much. See you, bye. So we've the two Baileys outside, so 2014 and 2016 one, but I just bought another one there, 2014 Bailey Approach. Similar to the other one had a French bed in it, but this one actually has two singles to the rear, if I can get. Yeah, so captain seats to the front, about 24,000 miles on it, is a manual on a Peugeot, I think it is, yeah. And so it has two singles to the back, separate title, separate shower. So yeah, this one will be arriving into stock in the next week, maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, so this one is quite cool. Keep an eye for this one. Bailey Approach 2014. I done the 16 eldest with the U-shape, with the transverse bed in the back of it.
What?
Little small eldest with the U-shape lounge in the back.
Did you ever do the Mohawk B1?
Yeah.
You wanted the B1? I don't ever remember anything done about the Mohawk, C1 Mohawk.
Did I do that one? Mohawk. Look, it's spilling rain here today. We've rushed down to do more filming content. It hasn't planned out. We tried it last week, it didn't work. We're back here today. The weather forecast said it wasn't rain. It's clearly raining. So we're in here, but we're going to try get a little bit more contact. Follow us, we'll try and get some more. So we'll try and get, we'll finish off doing the eldest, the one with the fixture red at the back. And then we will try and put on, we've done the ones with the island beds. We've a couple of island beds. And I've done the ones under 6 meters. So I think if I get a chance, I want to show actually a Weinsberg. I changed the interior in a Weinsberg. There was a kind of a brown interior when it came here, leather or leatherette or whatever. It's horrible. So we changed the interior. I'll show people that, see what they think of that. Actually, that reminds me, I have to update the pictures on that as well. And I want to do an auto trail, Mohawk, I think it's called, pronounced, down the back. It's a huge van. It actually requires a C1. And I think that's the reason it's not selling really great, because it needs a C1 license. And it's a big van with only 2 seatbelts. Mad. So this is it actually. I'll do this Auto Trail Mohawk. So yeah, it's what's called. It's an Auto Trail Frontier Mohawk. And imagine like for the size of the van, it only has 2 seatbelts. But anyway, do you want to do this one? Yeah? Okay. It definitely, maybe it doesn't lift up. Maybe it just pulls across. Aha. So that pulls across like them all. I really should know how to do this, shouldn't I? So this pulls across and that drops down. So yeah, that's the bed there. So it definitely only has two seatbelts. But we're just talking about why you have this one in stock longer than I thought I would have it. But is it to do with price or is it to do with layout? I'm not really sure. I mean, the camper vans, they're dear. They're all dear. But that's probably like the same thing as a Ferrari. Sure, Ferrari's dear. So you're like, you pay the price to buy a Ferrari or you don't get one. It's like a camper van. They're dear. They're dear for as us dealers to buy. So if we don't pay the price, we don't get them. Or if we don't give big money on trade-ins, we tend not to get the deal. So yeah, they're dear. They're dear at the moment. And to be honest, I cannot see them getting cheaper. I mean, the price of everything at the minute, as we know, is going up, and camper vans and motorhomes are not behind it. So yeah, the price of them at the moment are dear. But I mean, I don't want to zone in on the negative part of it. That's probably the only negative part. You know, the positives totally outweigh the negatives in these. I mean, once you do it once, you know, it's like pulling off a plaster. It's done. You have it, and the memories and the holidays and the experiences are, look, I don't think you get it in anything else. Especially, I suppose, for me, like, I've brought my kids to loads of nice places. I was lucky enough to do it. But I always remember the little holidays that they went away in the camper vans. And even still this year, they just want to go in a camper van. My wife wants to go out to the heat, and we probably will do that in a camper van. But especially my own experience, that the camper vans are always memories. Especially, I even remember myself even years ago going down to like Wexford. My grandfather was from Wexford, and going down to Duncannon, and the smell when we got into the caravan, actually at the time we used to stay in them. I still kind of get a bit of that even now when I get into the camper van still. So yeah, the memories, as I say, they last a lifetime. Okay, tell me when we're good to go. So we've done the Mohawk, we've done one on the big Corrado, the new one. We've done one on the chassis. Actually, this Swift, there's another one we can do. This Swift Escape. Oh, this is perfect because this is kind of a family van, but actually not mad. Well, they're all expensive, but in camper van world, it's not overly expensive towards the price of maybe this 2022 one, but you still get the layout, you still get the experience. So we do this one, yeah, I think this is 2013, the Swift Escape. Okay, we're good to go on this one. Mileage. So we've that one done there, yeah, okay. I think we're pretty good there with that. With this one done, family one. Actually, do you know what I'll do? We'll do this Weinsberg. We changed the interior in this Weinsberg, and I think we'll shoot this. So this is a 2021 Weinsberg, and the interior was kind of an off brown colour. So we sent it off to the upholstery and we got it done. I think this is much nicer. If you jump in here, just a quick look. So this is a Weinsberg 2021. It is 5 belt, actually. There's a seat underneath, travelling seat underneath this little bench here. We changed the interior. I kind of like it. I think it's much nicer. There's kind of a dark brown in it, and it just didn't make the van kind of pop when people looked at it. It just didn't work. So this is much nicer. So there's a French bed obviously to the back, toilet and shower over to one side. It is dark. I have it disconnected. But captain seats to the front, and then we would have just for travelling, there's another extra little seat in here if you can see it. So it just drops into these little lugs here and screws in. But then when you get there, you're not losing space with a full seat in your way. So captain seats to the front there will spin, skylight, and then we have a drop down bed. So you can comfortably sleep. This should pull down. Well, I just open these two clips both sides. This should comfortably sleep 5 people. So that's the little mattress there, yeah. So yeah, we just reupholstered this, and I think it gives it a massive lift. I haven't updated the pictures yet, but we should get them on this week as well. Okay, very nice. Right, time to go, Ross. Turn these back around, set them back up. We could potentially, yeah, like I mean, I could talk about this one here. This is another couple van. This actually happened yesterday. So what happened with this one is this Reamer Evo is, I showed a couple came to look at a camper van, and he said, I love it, and he was potentially going to buy it. And whether me being foolish or not, I decided to show him this 2022 one, which he told me he couldn't afford. So maybe that was rookie mistake number 1. But he looked at this, he wants this, but he can't afford it. So he's gone off to think or see can he get a few bob more. But should I show it to him, or should I just left it as it is? I don't know. So he didn't buy a camper van, and yeah, that happens a little bit. Sometimes people see the van they can afford and then see the van that they can't afford. And yeah, they have to spend a bit of time then trying to figure out what they'll do. But again, that's what happens. The season slips away on them, and you're left wondering. So I suppose, again, everyone has to work on a budget. We all work on a budget. You know, they're dear, like. So you have to cut your cloth, like. But it is quite annoying when you get to a point. So, and it's a lot of money. This guy came in, he'd like between 60 and 70. Huge amount of money to spend on a camper van, like huge. And of course I showed him one for 65, box, ticked, everything was right about it. And we're walking out, and I just said, just want to show you this Reamer Evo. I got in and he got in, and he said, yeah, this is the one, but I can't afford it. So yeah, he's gone to think. I had to go off and think a little bit as well. Why maybe I shouldn't have showed him. But no, I'm happy I did, because I hate selling people the wrong van that's not for them. You know, if we have other options, I want to show them the other options, and then it's ultimately their decision to decide what they want. I'm going to show you actually the two differences that he's seen. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to actually show you the two differences, why he thought of this one. So if we jump down into this reamer here. So he's a family, he has 4 kids, wife and stuff, and he really liked this area. So the first one he looked at, which we'll go to next, when you jump into this reamer, when you get into the back of it, you have bunks to the back. I'll just give this a bit of light here. Actually, I think I have charged. Do I have it on? Yeah, you have bunks to the back of this one. So they're over to one side. You have the kind of the bathroom and the shower. If you want to get that one, shower sunk in, it's actually quite cool, so you're not dragging the water in that one. And you have a bed over the cab and sleeping area. The plus to this one towards the other one was actually, so sleeping here, sleeping to the back, sleeping here. He said, and he made a point, and I never actually thought about it, you can actually just sit down here in the morning, have your breakfast. If they're still sleeping, maybe go out for a walk or whatever, 2 people. So you can nearly leave these made up and you still have this area. So it's actually, I never thought about that until I looked at the other van. It doesn't have this little area. The other cool thing about this van is potentially you could bring, like, I mean, there's nothing stopping you. You have, how many? 6 traveling seatbelts in this already. I've seen many of these have been upgraded. You can, there's a lap belt here and potentially a lap belt here. I'm not sure. You could potentially travel with 8 people in this. You can certainly sleep 7, so you could sleep an extra person here. So imagine, and comfortably, and not in anyone's way. You can still move about the van freely. Again, with this one, it was automatic. It is right-hand drive. The other one was automatic right-hand drive. This one had a little bit less mileage, and both were on the Ford. He actually wanted a Ford. It's gas. Some people love Ford, some people love Fiat, you know, but the layout, and I'm going to show you, we'll jump down to the other one. It's a roller team is the other one. So this is a Reamer Evo 2022, and the other one he looked at, which is a couple or a family van as well, is a roller team. So we'll fly down here through them. You want to close that door, and we'll just fly down here to the back. It's another roller team, so we get a good idea. Both of them had the bed over the cab. Again, so this is the other one. So this is a roller team. What's the exact model this one? Yeah, roller team Sphero 675, 2018, on a Fiat as well. Again, we would have, when we jump inside this one, you want to jump in first? Let you inside. We would have, so the difference, if you remember the last one, bunks to the side. This one has bunks to the rear. We would have an oven, sink, 3-ring hob, and we have a tile and shower here. Again, bed over the cab, and then 6 travelling seat belts. So the difference, if you remember, between the last one, same layout here, although on the last one, instead of a press, if you remember, had a seating area here. He said about his breakfast. It had kind of a storage area here instead of the kitchen, and that was over here. And then the bunks, instead of being to the back where the toilet was, and the other one was over to one side. So similar, has to say, but different. So the other layout definitely he preferred. So still haven't heard back from him as yet, but yeah, this was the van he initially came to look at, or the motorhome he came to look at. And it's a cracking van, like everything's right about it. But it's amazing, this is what he wanted until he's seen the other one, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah.
And we have like the camper. Fiat
double
Ducato.
bed.
Ducato, yeah.
Yeah,
Or Ford.
02.
I
Okay.
see them too.
Ten Misiek chyba, mi się wydaje, że ten.
Sorry. Oh yeah, island bed in the Noble Arch, yeah. You don't mind left-hand drive? You just okay left-hand drive? No, it's okay, yeah.
Left, right.
So they'll come serviced and DOE'd and ready to go. We'll do demo and all before we go. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
What are you looking for?
Something with an island bed. Looks like maybe potentially 2 singles, maybe a drop down to about 2 or 3 different makes and models. But don't know exactly at the minute. The budget is going to be a big one. Hopefully we'll try and get that across the line, and then we'll see. We'll nail down a van. We should have something here to suit, bud. Fingers crossed. We have we want to do some car stuff today. Like, I know it's a miserable day, but we need to get some car stuff on if we can. There's a load of new stuff after coming in. Discovery there, 2022, Volvo XC40. Yeah, we've a load of plug-in hybrid stuff there to get on. And we definitely have to get that G-Wagon. Like, what a cracker. G-Wagon. If the weather would allow us. Genie Mackers, will it ever stop raining? The G-Wagon V8. What do you think of that one? Is it the coolest car on the road? I mean, they have just the presence, don't they? Even the thump out of it when you start it. Like, I mean, come on. Like, I know X5s are epic and the Range Rover Sports and GLEs and stuff, but just the G-Wagon has and even the year, like this one is like 00, so it's, what is that? It's like 16, 17 years old, is it? No, it's more. 26, yeah. 26 years old, yeah. God, my maths are bad. They're 26 years old, wow. Like, what an epic car for 26-year-old. Come on. It's actually funny. I was driving into town in this the other day with my son, and he said to me, Daddy, everybody's looking at us. And I said, yeah, it's really weird. I couldn't, and I actually forgot for a second I was driving this. And of course they were looking, admiring in the G-Wagon, and the little thump, it's a V8, so when you come over the speed ramps, there's like little kind of a deep little hum off it. Oh, they're epic looking. And even people, funny enough, the thing I actually noticed about these is, apart from like it isn't just like every age group loves them, like male, female, boys, girls, whatever, they tend to look at it. They're just timeless, aren't they? Epic. So even though we have loads of stuff on in the background, then there's loads of stuff goes on in the background with some stuff in for services. So we have this Swift on a Fiat, and we have a Miller here on a service. A really unusual thing, I actually never ever cover this, and I need to do it one sometime. Some of these Fiats, if you leave them, if the battery goes dead in them or you don't leave them plugged in for a while, when you jump start them, there's actually a mechanism in the system potentially attached to the airbag, maybe sometimes the ABS, and it blows the system. So it has to be just recalibrated and leaves on the kind of airbag light on it. So that's definitely for people with Fiats, it's important to try and keep them charged up. We've seen it even for some of our own stock. We have seen it would jump in out around here. This is our work shed. This is behind the scenes work shed that all the stuff is done in here. But it's actually important to try and keep them charged, because the unit to get them repaired, it's not a big deal to get them repaired. There's a crowd in the UK. There is a guy, I think in Dublin as well, can repair them, and we've a local guy does them sometimes if the coding is okay. But just a bit of time to take them out and get them done. And here's another one actually that's in for service. It was bought from us last year. I think it's an older one. It's what's called Swift, or no, sorry, an eldest son tour. Yeah, so it's just in for its yearly check over. He's getting ready for his adventures. Lads are checking the gas. Just some of the blinds, you'd actually see the way if they're pulled up, they kind of just need to be picked up and folded back down. Peter is in here, looks to be wiring up a radio, getting stuff, maybe sat-nav units or whatever, getting done here. So yeah, just getting ready for it. It is a right-hand drive one, and this is a lovely little van. I just have a quick look, although I just put my head in it, I don't want to be getting in, maybe. Yes, there seems to be like 4 travelling seat belts, and this one has a bed over the cab, and then just want to stick your head into that, or the 4 travelling seat belts, and has a bed over the cab. Yeah. Little Swift Suntour, so that was a nice van we had. I sold it a while ago. So the service side of it is important. I suppose people like having the backup. It is always important, someone to ring at the end of the phone and get the stuff sorted. Yeah, it's like anything, once you know what you're doing with them, they're all quite similar. The taps, usually what we would see is, you know, if they leave them full of water, it could potentially pop the frost plug. And then when they're filling them, if they're not aware of it, they can ring and say it's spilling out the water. But what's actually happened there is pop the frost plug, or sometimes the if they didn't pop the frost plug and leave some and it freezes, sometimes the taps might break, or always minor things, but it's good to get it checked over just once over before you head on the road, especially after being lying about all winter. And yeah. So we're nearly finished the day of filming today. Got a good bit done, and we're just discussing about camper van rentals, what we should do. We get probably, how many phone calls a week will we get, Paddy? 10, 12?
Minimum, yeah.
Minimum 10 or 12 phone calls a week about do we rent camper vans or motorhomes. We don't even do it. We don't even advertise it. But it's definitely an area we think there is definitely an opening, and I think it probably would be a relatively good business to get it right. The insurance is the issue.
Yeah, always was.
Oh, the insurance is the issue. Now there seems to be guys doing it, but definitely I think the insurance is the issue for us. We've made a few phone calls on that, so we try and get that nailed down. And then I suppose it would be phone calls on not how to probably use the motorhome, right? Because I'd say a lot of the people renting it's their first time.
Yeah, as you were saying.
So I said that is going to be an issue with trying to nail that down.
We can do, as Gavin was suggesting, 2 floor heads on that.
First.
Before you even come to collect your camper, we can
Bang out that then.
Yeah, and we can have that set up. And as Gavin was saying as well, have 2, maybe 6 campers and 2 of each type. So it won't be complicated and you won't be dealing with a load of different makes.
But you'd need to have it on the website to book it. So you'd be able to block out, so if you want to, and name them. Actually that'd be a name. So let's say the Paddy is out today, or the James is out, or whatever. So you know what it is. And then book it out. But I think probably if you'd started with 4, 6 maybe.
6.
6 is probably the sweet spot.
And a reserve.
6 and a reserve. You'd have to keep a reserve. In the interest of fairness. I mean, someone pulled aside out with, that's good.
Well, you're going to make their year with,
imagine a family arriving to collect a camper van and saying, well, guess
what?
what?
All year round because they're holiday.
A lad drove into a bar in Killarney and or a couple
Yeah.
didn't know the tide was coming in.
Yeah, and left it in the Atlantic.
It's actually in the Atlantic at the moment. Just letting you know. It's actually it's on the way to America.
You can still go down.
Yeah, could have a look at it. The roof is still visible when the tide is out. No, so that is going to be an issue. Yeah, that is going to be an issue. So you have to work on that. But I think it probably is an option.
Yeah, it's going to be maybe 4 or 5 months away at the moment. But we hope.
Yeah, because every season, and we have this conversation every season, we're not busy.
Yeah, and
then it kicks off again, and the sales are mad, and you're like, because you imagine we're trying to go back to where we were end of February sales. So we get that. So there's a rush on to the end of February, and then it eases off from March, and then coming near the end of April again, it goes again then for the summer months.
We had this conversation 2 months ago.
We did. So it kind of goes in lulls, but imagine having potentially 7, 8 vans sold and going out, and 4 or 5 rentals going out, and trying to do the logistics of cleaning the ones going out, working on the trade-ins, working on the vans going out. You need just more manpower.
Double everything.
I mean, definitely, there's definitely an opening there. Definitely is money to be made. It just depends on how much time we're able to give it, and are we able to give it more time, and how many more logistically things are we going to be able to take on. That's definitely, if you had someone good to do that, someone to come in and just take that over, I would be happy to give them the vans here in motorhomes and set them up. But the logistics of it is going to be the issue. Turning over the bed sheets, cleaning out the cassettes, cleaning out the water, make sure the gas is full, make sure everything's working. The logistics of each one. As fast as you think you turn them around. What I'm saying is, they'll have to have, you'll miss a day there, I think. I don't think we'd have the manpower to have a van dropped here at 11 and have them ready to go back out at 2. I just can't see it.
Not at the moment. That's the main reason why we haven't.
But I couldn't see, imagine, I see Centre Parks or some of these places, literally they're outside your place at
Ready to go.
at 9:30, and there's someone else in it at 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and every one of them, and the volume, but they've a huge
staff.
Huge staff, huge power there, to do this.
But it's work, as you say, we're working on it.
We see, and put a cam, and then you're wondering, do you keep it under the one umbrella or do we separate it? In a sense that, like, do it through Condron Campers or do it through Condron Camper Rentals, set up a new one to do it. Is it attached to it? So that's another conversation we have to have. So we're probably a bit away from it, but
It's probably going to be next year, I would imagine.
or definitely be next. I can't see it happening this summer.
Or
I'd love to do
possibly,
it. Like, the idea of it is great, like, but the logistics of it is the issue. That is going to be the issue, you know. So that is our first kind of YouTube video, if that's what you want to call it. A little insight into what we do here daily. That's a small insight to what we do daily. And if you like it, sure, as I say, follow and share or whatever. Maybe they don't even say that. Follow along, hit the subscribe button. If that's what they say. And we should have more content in the next couple of weeks. We'll start video and stuff. But it is a good, on a serious note, it is a very good insight into the layouts. There's so many different layouts and different motorhomes. So if you like what you see, stay following.